Hey there everybody, welcome back. It is Thursday, I believe, as we carry on this intro to a proper outdoor gardening season. I'm getting more excited every day that it's not snowing, and really I haven't had a frost come up yet. That tomato I'm pretty sure is toast, the kale are fine, the herbs are doing fine. Today, Shocks wants to do a little more, well, I think she wants to hunt for rocks for the fairy garden, but she's talking about digging up grass to extend that one garden piece for us, so we'll see if that's actually her plan or not. But in the meantime, I figure I want to get some weeding done, I want to start prepping those beds, and well, honestly, frankly, I've been asked to bring you guys along for that kind of stuff. Apparently, this is what it looks like at the beginning and this is what it looks like at the end. Isn't quite enough of a garden vlog, and you know, when you get right down to it, I do understand. I don't know, I feel awkward working in front of the camera, so I do my thing and then I show you what I've done. But Shocks is going to be out here with me today, so we're going to get a few clips of along the way in the adventure, and you know, we'll see what comes of it, I guess, you know, kind of like the usual. Well, I was going to do some more pepper seed planting today because I've got those 6 new varieties from Batman and all that, but you know, it's just too nice outside at the moment to let this opportunity go to waste. So I'm cleaning the garden beds anyway because it would be kind of late to throw those peppers outside, and really I'm developing basement varieties now, well, until about this time next year. So yeah, without much further ado, let's get started playing back there in the gardens. So this bunker garden really is the first thing to warm up for me any given year so far anyway. So I kind of should be concentrating most of my efforts on it, but it's actually pretty easy to clean. This grass just kind of rips right off. Don't even need to worry about the scissors. It's good grazing grass, I figure. But over the years, I've really kind of just thrown, well, garbage material, compost really, in here. I think last year we had some sheep's manure that I added to it. It's not the greatest consistency, but it does look like a lot of this is broken down, which is nice because the compost piles, they're just not doing what I'm used to from BC life, you know. As a kid, my parents had a compost pile that was basically just yard clippings and little poops from their pocket dogs. And every year we'd have to turn that. The top like 6-8 inches would still be grass, but the rest of it would be beautiful loamy soil. Back in the valley in Penticton there, every time we attacked that compost it gave us new soil. Although I've had some online discussions with a few folks lately as to whether or not it's soil or dirt. But I say it came out of the compost. It's soil. Grew my veggies. It's soil. So whatever. Anywho, back to the here and now, which is really a lot more relevant. I'm kind of thinking I need to get rid of all of the non-composted stuff out of this bunker garden and do something productive with it. I've toyed with the idea of those walking onions, maybe transferring, I don't know, I could probably get 20, 30 of those puppies into here so they can start producing for me nice and early, because being a raised bed, this, you know, the heat gets to it sooner. It gets warmer soil sooner. It gets actual sunlight sooner. Season's first fly on the camera. Get away. Anywho, I've also toyed with the idea of putting a couple of peppers in here because it is raised bed, it drains out. It's going to get a little bit drier over the course of the summer, and peppers kind of seem to like that. So I just don't know. The last couple years, Lazzy zip it. The last couple years have been corn, beans, and a couple of different types of squash. So the soil could definitely use a break from those. I don't know. I'm not going to plant anything in here today. So if you guys want to throw some feedback on that down in the comments, could make for some very interesting discussions. Today I am working these 3 beds here, a little separated garden rows. Shocks is claiming she's going to be pulling up sod there. I think she's really looking for fairy garden rocks. Either way, the garden gets bigger, so I'm not complaining. But I've gone through this one already with the late night TV claw. It's the closest thing we have to a tiller at this point. I would like to fix that in the coming years though. As this garden gets bigger and I want to work more and more stuff into it, I think I could just use the extra torque. And let's face it, man evolved because of our use of tools and machines. So yeah, my garden needs some evolution. Anyway, so yeah, today I'm taking the claw, and I've already got this one turned up, and I'm gonna hit this one and that one. I'm gonna try and loosen up all these little clumps of the grasses and the various weeds that are sitting in. And you know, I'll take the little hand claw, pull them out. Shocks will probably grab a few clips of that along the way. It's two-hand stuff, so I can't do it. But anyway, yeah, maybe rake it out after. We'll see what the day gives us. A little bit of wind, some clouds off in the distance, but they're prairie clouds. They could go anywhere. That's one of the great things about living out here is, you know, living in the valley, that's exactly what it was. You're in a valley, the clouds come and go in one direction, get blocked against the mountains, and you're stuck with them till they're done. But out here, they just go wherever they want. They don't care. It's great. Anyway, I need to get to pulling up some clumps. So even with the claw here, we get a decent go at pulling up an awful lot of these weeds. And as you can see in the garden, there's a huge difference as far as just soil density. So this does help a little bit, but I think for long-term, larger gardenings, I want to get a tiller. This is ridiculous. So I ran inside, rummaged around a little bit, found a few things that say basically plant as soon as the soil can be worked. So you got some carrots, some radishes, some I think homesteader peas, and some spinach, which historically I haven't done well with. But I'm thinking I'm going to plant this with 2, possibly 3 rows of peas, and then I'll do this pretty much with all the radishes and I don't know, carrots and spinach for this one. We'll see, we'll see. I'm not going to do any tomatoes or peppers or nightshades in these this year because that's what they've been doing the last couple years. And much like the bunker garden, I kind of want to give things a break, switch it up a little bit, rotate my crops as it were. So yeah, I am leaning towards putting a couple of peppers in here. Would love some feedback on that. But here on out, it's pretty straightforward. Gonna plant a couple things and call her a day. So super basic for these peas. Just made 3 nice long hill rows with my garden rake. Gonna plunk them in every 5 centimeters or so. So I'll go with like a hand width and pea, hand width pea. And I'll probably get quite a few popping out of here. So that's probably a good step towards the goal. After all, I am shooting for 100 pounds of produce from the yard this year. So a slight change of plans as we're going along here. We've decided to completely separate the crops this year. That's going to be only peas in that bed. I've just planted 2 rows of only carrots in this. And then I'm going to go probably 3 rows, because radishes don't need a lot of room. So 3 rows here of radishes, and that's still going to leave me with beets and spinach to worry about. So I guess it's time to clean some more space soon. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Sooner or later, this whole yard's going to be gardened. Dare to dream, dare to dream. Alright, so peas, carrots, 3 different rows of 3 different type of radishes, although they all look pretty much the same. This is all starting to feel uncomfortably organized. Yeah, don't know about that. It's amazing how when the wind picks up and the cloud comes in and the sun goes away, gardeners are like, you know, I think this has stopped being fun. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.